different choices. So we are in Russellville, and we're right at the bottom of Skyline right now, right next to Walgreens. So if you come to the bottom of Skyline, we're in a rock front building right next to Walgreens. This is our 30th year, so we are celebrating 30 years in the River Valley this year. We do serve both Pope and Yell County, so all the way to the farthest side of Pope and the farthest side of Yell. We have lots of clients that come and commit to drive and take parenting classes and all of our services that we offer. So let me kind of start at the beginning. We offer pregnancy tests, so let's start there. If a young lady finds out that she's pregnant, lots of times she's taking a test at home and she has gotten a positive test, and so she calls. We do a medically accurate pregnancy test. So once she gets a positive on that, then she'll get a proof of pregnancy. That's what she needs to help her with her insurance. Whatever type of insurance that she's going to be reaching out to, she needs that. As well as she gets prenatal vitamins, and we get her scheduled for an ultrasound. So let me tell you what we're looking for during an ultrasound. During that time, we're going to be looking for the size of the baby, okay? And I brought my little babies with me. You can see this little guy all the way in the back. This little guy is 9 weeks. So typically we are looking on ultrasound anywhere from 6 to 9 weeks. So if you can imagine about a third of this little guy, then we're going to take a measurement on a heartbeat that's about the size of a poppy seed. So what we'll be looking for at that time is a heartbeat anywhere from 100 to 120 beats a minute. And then the larger the baby gets, so this little guy, his heart rate would be anywhere from 120 to 180. So we take that measurement, we make sure that he is in the right location, that he's inside mom where he needs to be, and then we take a length from the top of his head to the bottom of his bottom, and that's called a crown rump length, so that way we know how far along mom is. And you can see, let me try to hold them up for you. Can you see them back there? Can you see how fast they grow? So this is going to be 9 weeks, 10, 11, and 12 weeks. So that's how fast they grow each week. So you guys, when you pick your bag up after service is over, you have got a little feed pin inside your bag, and that's the size of our 10 to 12 week baby. So those little baby feed pins, that's what size they are. You guys see those okay? Yeah. We look at the little fellows. They're teeny-tiny. So some of the information that we're going to give mom comes from a brochure that looks like this. And inside the brochure, it's going to talk about where she is at in her pregnancy. And it's also going to give her information about what the baby is doing and when. Okay, so let's take 5 weeks. 5 weeks, the little heart's about the size of a poppy seed. The neurological system is already forming. And the organ systems, all the organs are there. So 21 days after fertilization, the baby's heart starts beating. So by the time mom recognizes that she could be pregnant, then her baby already has a heartbeat. At 6 weeks, the baby measures about 1/8 of an inch long. And like I said, 100 to 120 beats a minute is its little heart rate. And at 7 weeks, then it has organs inside of its body that are going to be able to show whether it's male or female. At conception, it has all of its DNA. So hair color, eye color, height, shoe size, all of those things are already formed. And at 8 weeks, which is just smaller than the little guy that I held up, then the embryo can respond to with its reflexes. Its muscles are developed, its nervous system is developed enough, it can respond to touch. So that's when movement starts. Its muscles are developed enough to start moving. So by the time that we get to this ultrasound, then we call them the dancing babies, because their little arms and legs are long enough that they can move around in there and start dancing. So those are super fun ultrasounds. Okay, mom is also going to get a book called Healthy Pregnancy, and what this is going to do is this is going to track her through maybe some of the symptoms that she's experiencing, what to do if she has those, and when to call a caregiver, when to take her vitamins, all of that kind of stuff to promote the beginnings of life, the healthy pregnancy. Okay, so she's going to receive that. And then she's going to receive something similar to this called You're Braver Than You Think. Because some of our moms do come in and they are in a situation to where they're pretty scared. Okay, so when we talk about abortion and adoption and parenting, then we talk about all 3 of those paths given permission. So if mom is considering abortion, then we're able to give her medically accurate information to help her understand the risks and procedures. but also to help her understand that she's got a foundation of people that care about her and are supporting her behind her in order to help her make that healthy, positive decision. Does that make sense? So when we talk about adoption, then someday it would be amazing if we were able to have an adoption agency partnered here close to us with our clinic. But for now, we bring adoption agencies in and they talk to moms and they mentor them all the way through pregnancy. So mom is not ever at any point left alone. She's got someone, she's got a support system behind her. No matter what decision she has made, we do have about a 97% parenting rate at this point, which is incredible, and I can really attribute that to our parenting program that we have. We've been able to, through COVID, switch from an on-site program to a hybrid program, which can be done online and on-site. So that way, what's happened is we've had several more dads join the program because they can do their lessons on their lunch break from work, after work, for work, and it's encouraging them to go ahead and continue doing what they're doing, but also jump in on the parenting program. They're earning diapers, they're earning large items like car seats. So when you guys fill bottles, then what you're doing is you're supporting ultrasound, you're supporting the cost of all the medical side, but also supporting those things that our families are working hard for. So they're coming and mom gets 40 diapers a month plus wipes. If dad joins in, he's doing his work, he also gets the same. So by the time baby gets here, they've got a stockpile of things, and in just having that helps remove some of that financial pressure that they're feeling from kind of the surprise or the shock of the pregnancy to begin with. So it's incentives and it's benefits, and we've got parents working really hard right now for things like that. So once they earn a certain amount of points, they complete a certain amount of lessons, then they can get new items like a brand new stage 1 car seat, the carrier, the infant carrier that they need to leave the hospital with, a pack and play, high chairs, bouncy seats, whatever it's going to take to help them be able to function and organize in their home well once baby gets here. Okay, I said we're 30 years old. We will be moving, so in case you're in Russellville and you see that we've moved here in the next few months, we will be leasing a new building over on B Street. So if you're coming down West Main, we won't be too far from, let's say, Flowers Etc. Does anybody know where Flowers Etc. is at? Okay, there you go. We are right across the street. Okay, so it won't be too hard to find, just off of West Main. As you're coming towards Kroger, then look to your right and you'll be able to see our sign on the end of the building. So not too hard to find and not too far. And that'll be a good move for us. It will be a transition move. It's kind of the idea right now where we'll be able to run a building campaign and hopefully build our own forever home or remodel something that will be big enough to be our forever home at some point. So that's the goals. Okay, I can talk a lot. I can talk about this all day long. Do you guys have any questions that you would like to ask? I always like to open it up for questions.
I did and I forgot them.
Where are your adoption agencies coming from, like Little Rock, or is there even a lot in the state of Arkansas?
There are. We have 5 around the state that we are referring to right now. And I can't give you the names of them because they just this last week changed and I don't have them memorized. But Bethany Christian was one that we referred to, and a lot of people know their name. They would come on site. They have recently gone out of state. So the Arkansas Baptist State Convention has branched out and developed new opportunities with some of the employees that didn't move out of state with Bethany, and they have started a whole new organization. So that way we're actually more covered with referrals for foster care as well as for maternity homes. And so right now there's one in Springdale, Jonesboro, and Little Rock. So those are the 3 main ones that we were referring to outside of. Also, there's one of our sister clinics in Memphis. We refer to Life Choices in Memphis because their adoption agency and their pregnancy clinic are together, which would be amazing for us.
Does the mother get to choose open or closed adoption? Is it up to the mother or is it up to the adoption agency?
It's up to the mother. Yeah. There's another one there in Conway. There's an agency called ALBA. We use them. So once their interview processes, so she may not land on one of the ones that we offer, if that makes sense. And once that happens and she gets with a mentor that she's really comfortable with, then that's the organization she'll typically stay with. Yeah.
And this is all non-profit. correct?
It's all completely nonprofit. We don't receive any government funding at all.
So that's why things like these bottles are very important.
Yes. Yeah. There's no grant money. There's no government funding. No United Way funding. It's strictly churches, individuals, and businesses.
Is there a faith-based component of what you're?
Yes. Good one. I meant to say that at the beginning. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, but we are classified as a religious nonprofit. And the importance of that is so we have the freedom to share the gospel and pray with our clients. So yes, once they, which is also why we don't take any government funding as well, so that we don't lose those freedoms. Yeah, basically. So we know that we're made up of multiple facets. We're emotional, spiritual, physical, mental beings. And so once a mom walks in and she's experiencing the situation that she's in, she may or may not know if dad is going to stay with her. So we want to make sure that we cover her in prayer, but we always ask permission for that. I've talked with moms that know they've never been prayed for before. It's a very interesting thing. They may not know the name of Jesus. They may absolutely know nothing. Never been to a church service. They weren't raised in a family that they were able to go as a child even. So being that first point of contact for building that spiritual foundation is it's a humongous part of what we do. I would say the most important part, because a lot of times I would say they don't know that they need the hope that we have. And so in finding out that they need that and being loved well and shown compassion and not judged, then that's how the beginning of a relationship with the Lord is formed. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that sounds real dumb after that. I know people won't, a child. I mean, what if the mother has a child that has Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, like that, and then the people who wanted the child, they don't plant the child.
So, okay, let me make sure I understand. So, the mother gives birth to her child? Okay.
Okay, I think what she's asking is, she's decided to put the child up for adoption, and it's one with special needs, and family decides against that. What is gonna happen with that child is what she's asking.
That's what the child
Will they just go to a different agency, or?
No, I would imagine they would stay in the agencies. The way many adoption agencies are set up is that, say I'm going in to be an adoptive family. Okay, my husband and I sit down. We're going to complete a full portfolio. Okay, and that portfolio is going to give all the information about us, all of our backgrounds, the children that we have, where we live, our home. We'll have interview processes in our portfolio. During that time, then we will answer questions that would be, okay, do you have any reservations or hesitations about ethnicity, about gender, about a child that would be born with special needs? What are your reservations? And so as an adoptive family, you go in. So adoption agencies know, and they have families that's their passion. That's the heart that God has given them, is to adopt children that have special needs. Yeah. So that.
So that's pretty much prevented
Typically,
before it
adoption
even gets to
agencies,
that part.
Yes, typically adoption agencies are not surprised by
So if the
that.
parents decide, okay, we'll sign the paper saying we accept the child as is. But deep down, they say you don't really feel we can have it. Where is the child?
Well, they would work with the adoption agency, and there's a time frame.
Do they go to an agency?
Yes, and so within that agency has employees, has families that help with transition periods like that. Yeah. So a child's not ever left without a home.
What is how do people get the information? Like, let's say I find myself in that situation, how am I gonna know you're even available to me?
Well, we do our absolute best to be #1 on Google search. That's our first and foremost, and that has been an expense for us over the last probably 4 months. I have all new employees, so we have a brand new have brand new staff at the clinic from what we had, and all amazing and great things. So Bailey, when she first came on, that was her first task, was to make sure that all of our Google ranks and our AdWords and our search engine optimization and all of that was in line. So if you search pregnancy, abortion, choices, then we should be the first thing that pops up. Yeah, for this whole area. Yeah, that's it. That is, you know, we have all these things that it's always been, well, yellow pages, radio, yard signs, all these things. It truly comes from internet search and word of mouth. So,
Yeah, 'cause I just figured that the health department wouldn't be an option because they're funded, you know.
they are, but we have a great relationship with the health department, and so they send us moms and dads all the time.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's super encouraging. Yeah. We also work with families that are court-ordered families. So we work with them through their parenting classes and provide them a certificate of completion, a list of all their lessons, that way they can take it to court. I'm having to be a little bit selective about that right now based upon age of the children that we're working with, because my staffing has completely changed, and so I've got all brand new girls. And it's good. It's a great, exciting time. Our nurse at Brooke that's been with us for the last 9 years, she and I call it grew up together. She was offered an opportunity to be a national nurse manager for Heartbeat International. We are covered by 3 affiliates, Heartbeat, CareNet, and NIFLA. So if you look up pregnancy clinic affiliates online, those are the 3 main ones nationally that you would find. Heartbeat is very missions based, so they're international. They cover worldwide. So when it comes to the abortion pill, that has become a great push in our country for the pills to be able to be ordered online, delivered to your door overnight. It's a hard spot to be in our country to know that is available so quickly and readily. So Heartbeat developed a program called the Abortion Reversal Pill Program, and what it does is there's a group of, Brooke was a nurse, a hotline nurse for about a year before being chosen to be a nurse manager. So the hotline is open 24/7 for the whole world, and so she works with girls from Chile and from Italy and Australia, all over the world. They can call into the hotline and say within the window of time, it's about 24 hours, I've changed my mind. What do I do? They walk them through a process, connect them with the doctor. The doctor can give them the reversal pill, and the abortion can be stopped if it's caught within that very short window of time. So yes, she's now a national nurse manager, and I can't even be upset with her about it because it's such an incredible opportunity. So she's doing an amazing job, and just we're learning so much because now that she's part of that organization. So we're loving it. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay. I would love to give you guys a tour. The gala is September the 7th, and that's our largest fundraiser. This year we have Dr. Alveda King. She's Martin Luther King Jr.'s niece, and so she will be coming and being our speaker. It will be at the Center for the Arts, which is over at the high school. She likes an interview style setting, and so we're going to do it on that stage, and hopefully we'll be back to serving dinner next year, post-COVID. But yes, so I invite everybody, come hear her speak. Her story is incredible. It would be a great opportunity to learn, a lot more about the clinic and just experience the atmosphere. After that, we're just before. I'm not exactly sure. We're painting and putting in flooring and that kind of thing in the new location, if we're going to be able to move before September 7th or just after. But one or the other. If we're not in the building on West Main, we're in the other building on B Street. Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it, and honestly, we couldn't do what we do without you guys doing what you do. So we appreciate it.